Hi, today's video won't be too educational. I decided to make few very simple electric motors and to fool around with them. By fooling around, I mean connecting multiple 12-volt batteries to the motors and watching how the motors are getting destroyed. If you want to see something educational, you can watch my previous video where I show how to make one of these motors. I will leave a link in the video description and at the end of this video. Without further ado, let's get to the video. So here I have two electric motors that I made, and I also have few 1.5 volt AA batteries and two 12 volt lead acid batteries. The plan was simple, to gradually increase the voltage that is applied to the motors and to see how they react. I started with the smallest motor and the 1.5 volt battery, as you can see here. As expected, the motor was spinning nicely and there were no large surprises, so I moved on to 3 volts. Actually, the situation looked very similar to the one with the 1.5 volts. But later I came to a conclusion that this might be because one of the batteries was quite low on power. Anyway, I moved on to 12 volts. I added a switch to the circuit to make the connecting and disconnecting process to the battery a bit easier. Clearly the 12 volt battery was an overkill for a motor this size. Because of the large current, the connections burned very easily, that way stopping the motor from turning. After some tinkering around the motor to regain the connection, I came to the moment that you all secretly have been waiting for.
Ooh. Oh shit. Damn.
Clearly there was no point of trying to connect this to 24 volts. Luckily for us, I still had its brother, Big Bob. The working principle of this motor was the same as the small one, only in this case this motor was bigger, and the magnet was hidden inside the cardboard beneath the coil. I started off slowly by using the 1.5 volt battery, but actually I was pleasantly surprised by seeing that the motor turns quite nicely, despite the small voltage. Then I moved to 3 volts, but there were no unexpected surprises. Then I was going to move to 12 volts, but when I remembered what happened to the smaller motor, I decided that it might be a good idea to move a bit further away from the motor while operating it. So I made few changes to the circuit that you can see here. After a few small test runs and gaining my balls back, I finally collected the courage to do the real test. After connecting the motor to 12 volts, I realized that the only scary thing about this will be the number of vibrating toy jokes that I will get in the comments. And so I moved to 24 volts. I also used some isolation tape to attach the motor to the ground and prevent it from moving. Again I did some small test runs, after which I felt ready for the real test.
Holy shit. Jesus. Whoa. Oh man. Whoa.
Although I stopped the motor a bit sooner than I maybe could have, the final result was pretty cool. And the fact that I didn't burn down my house while doing this made me even more happier. First I was thinking to maybe do one more run, but after closer inspection I realized that the isolation from one of the connections has completely melted. That unfortunately meant that this is the end of our test. So let me know down in the comments what did you think about this slightly different content and if you would like to see something similar again. Don't forget to smash the like button in case you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one. Cheers guys, bye.